Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung, Jerry Hurston Jr., Nomar Garcia Parr. The Dodgers win their 5th in a row, 12 of their last 14, as they take care of business against the Rockies, completing a 3-game sweep and doing it really behind the bats and the arm of Shohei Ohtani. Leads off the game for the Dodgers with his 9th home run, 6 no-hit innings. We saw some great defense behind him in this game, and we saw home runs from Andy Pages, Freddie Freeman. If there is a dark cloud over this win, it's that Teoscar Hernandez left the game with a left hamstring strain. We'll try to get an update as soon as we can.
Yeah, obviously we're thinking about Teoscar Hernandez. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but obviously to the game, this Dodger team continues to play really good baseball. Love what Shohei, he didn't have his best stuff tonight or his command, but he gave his team a chance to win no-hit innings, and obviously with the bat, setting the tone, leadoff home run, special player.
They got greedy. We say that before the game, and you got a chance for a sweep, you get greedy, and you go out there and take care of business. They did exactly that. Shohei set the tone, both at the plate and on the mound. Going out there, giving 6 innings, no hit. Yeah, gave up a few walks, but nonetheless, gave the team a chance. They swung the bat to the top of the lineup. The one thing that the top of the line, we're waiting for them to get going this year, well, the top 3 guys each with a home run, supplying the power, supplying the run. So just all around, it was a really good win, because even the bullpen came in, did a fantastic job. Defense, great job, guys.
Dodgers get the 4-1 win over the Rockies. Behind the plate, catching Shohei Ohtani tonight was Will Smith, and right now he is standing by with Kirsten Watson.
Will, the pitching as of late has been the story. You guys have been excellent. When you look at this game, you had 7 2/3 of no-hit work. What was just the biggest thing that you saw from this pitching staff today?
Yeah, I thought, Show gave us a great start. He was getting in the zone. He's kind of a little wild in the zone a little bit today, but he's keeping off balance, making pitches when he needed to, and, keeping it at bay, and then handing over the bullpen. I thought Klein was great. Scott was great, and then Kyle Hurt picking up his first save was awesome.
How special has Kyle Hurt, and what kind of addition has he been to the bullpen this year?
Yeah, he's been great. He's got really good stuff. 3-pitch mix. He attacks the zone, and he gets quicks out, puts guys away with 2 strikes, and he's going to have a good year for us.
You had mentioned Shohei Ohtani. When you look at him being able to navigate through that 6 innings of works, especially when he doesn't have his best stuff, the fight that he shows, how do you describe just what he's like on the mound in games like this?
Yeah, he just finds a way. He finds a way to make pitches when he needs to. He finds a way to bear down and get out of a little jam here and there. He just got really good feel, and that's what he does. He just competes and figures it out.
All right, now let's talk about you offensively. Dave Roberts did recently switch up the lineup. You're a little bit lower in the order, but getting on base consistently right now, what do you think has just been the biggest difference for you, especially getting back on track, and then, of course, getting the results with the double today?
Yeah, just trying to put together some good at-bats, some mechanical changes, some stuff. Just working a lot in the cages. Mook and I were hitting the other day, so he had some success yesterday. So it's good to see the hits start coming.
Yeah, the 2 of you are right back where you want to be. Congratulations on this win and a fantastic series, Will.
Thank you.
Continuing to find ways to make the pitches when he needed to get out.
Well, Will Smith touched on that. He said, listen, there were times where he was wild over the course of this game, but still, when he needed the pitch, he came through. He had the pitch to get guys out. Well, that's what gamers have to do, and pitchers going out there, that when they don't have their best stuff, you can tell they may be frustrated or grindy, but when they need that pitch, when they need the important pitch, maybe to get that out, when maybe there's some traffic, Shohei was able to give that pitch. And that's what you need. And that also feeds to the rest of the guys also coming into that game. They're like, this guy's battling, we got to battle. The offense feels the same way. Say, he's battling, he's not giving up. We got to go out there and score some runs. And the bullpen did an excellent job once again, just going out there and pounding the zone, trusting their stuff. But for Shohei, listen, it happens, and we're going. He didn't have his best stuff, and he still didn't give up a hit. I mean, that says a lot about Shohei.
Well, you can see he was a little bit irritated, visually frustrated at times. Walked 4 guys, also hits a batter, and he was frustrated. But the one thing you can't take away from Shohei, he is an absolute fighter, and he fought tonight on the mound. Yes, he hit that home run in that first inning, give himself a lead, but on the mound, he knew, listen, I got to make sure I throw up zeros. Give my team a chance to win. I remember Clayton Kershaw and other pitchers that I played with in the past. Sometimes when you take them out, you're not going to have your best stuff. You're not going to have your best command. But what you can do is continue to fight and give yourself and your team a chance to win. And that's exactly what Shohei Ohtani did tonight. Really impressive performance. And Nomar, you touched on it. Didn't have his best command, did not have his best stuff. no hit through 6th inning. Pretty impressive.
Kind of a perfectionist even out there on the mound. It wasn't quite going the way that he had planned it out tonight, but still it's 6 hitless innings. It's also a win. And Jerry, you mentioned it. He helped himself. He helped his own cause because for the second straight pitching start, he also led off the game with his bat, hitting a bomb.
Well, John, you guys know I ran to the set around 5:58 saying I'm picking Shohei. He's my call shot. I accidentally ran into him earlier, and I just had a feeling he was going to go deep. Very confident coming in the ball game tonight. Listen, head down on contact. I love the swing, stays balanced throughout the swing. And when he's staying square, those hands work naturally. Just an impressive athlete for the second time in a row, pitching and hitting. He goes deep in that first inning.
Oh, I know he was your called shot. I get it, because like you mentioned, you saw him and it says, listen, you can see it in his eyes, which was great to see. But you were also talking about, oh, he hasn't necessarily been hitting great. I said, well, his last game he led off with a home run, and he did it here once again. Listen, that narrative, yeah, whatever. You don't have to worry about that. He's just finding his swing right now. We knew that. It was a matter of time. It was coming. We're seeing that. And it is just sheer dominance out there on the mound. That is so impressive, even in a night where you can tell that he's visually just frustrated, that he wasn't just as consistent with his command, but still being able to dig deep and find a way.
You know what's amazing? It's almost as if he homers in that first inning. Okay, let me get my hitting out of the way with the home run. I provide some offense. Now I can really focus on pitching. Yeah. It's almost, in fact, he's kind of doing that. He certainly has done that the last 2 starts.
Well, I think it's time that we should hear from Shohei Ohtani, because right now he is speaking with Kirsten and the media.
Shohei, when you look at just how you were able to navigate through the Rockies lineup, what did you find as being the biggest challenge and how you were able to get through it today?
今日これの打線のその内容とか、投球振り返ってみて打線の印象とか何か
そうですね。全体的にやっぱりその自分の制球力とこう格闘してた感じかなと思います。
I was just battling the lack of command I had throughout the night.
You have situations like this. What is the biggest focus for you and how you kind of want to either stay in the zone or be efficient to try to, as you were able to, get through 6 innings of work?
6イニング投げれて、ある程度調整できたと思いますけど、主に調整しようとしてたことは何でしたか？
どうですかね。いいディフェンスにもこう助けられて、そこが大きかったのかなとは思うので、全体通してさっきも言いましたけど、制球力、こう自分の投げたいところに投げれてないこうフラストレーションというか、そういうのとこう格闘してた感じかなと思います。
Yeah, I have to give credit to our defense. They really, set the tone today. Again, just command was off, and I just felt like I was battling the lack of it and the frustration.
This is the most animated or frustrated that we've seen you lately on the mound. What led into some of that frustration?
フラストレーションが見えてたんですけども、なぜそこまで。
どうですかね。ピッチャーは歩かせたくないですし、ヒットを打たれるよりもやっぱりフォアボールでランナーを出すっていうのは個人的にですけどすごい嫌なことではあるので、そういう意味ではちょっと多すぎたかなとは思います。
Just way too many walks, and of course you want to avoid the hits, but the result of that was a lot of walks today, and that's something that I just don't really want to do.
Despite the command issues that you've kind of had the last couple of games, how much pride do you take in the kind of success that you've had, the results that you've had the last 2 games?
それでも一応内容、結果的にはいい結果っていうので、少し誇れるところありますか？
そうですね。当たり自体こう強い当たりは打たせてないっていうのは唯一いいところじゃないかなとは思ってます。
The takeaway, if any, the positive is that they didn't really have many hard hits, and that's something I'm gonna.That's the positive.
Would admit it if they could have finished off a no-hitter, he would have been part of that.
ノーヒットでしたら、で終わらせることになったら、ノーヒットになってましたけど。
そうですね。全体的にブルペンはもう本当に素晴らしい仕事を毎試合こなしていると思いますし、本当に安定感ある。もうそこまでつなげば勝てるんじゃないかなっていうそういうゲーム運びが今できているとは思うので、オフェンスも7回までにしっかりとまずは勝ってるシチュエーションっていうのをつなげれば十分に勝機があるんじゃないかなというぐらいすごい安定している、みんながそういう安定感のある仕事をしてるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
The bullpen's been just consistent, done a great job all year round, and I think we're setting the tone to where as long as we have the lead by the 7th, we can just, hand the baton and win the game. So in that sense, the only job for us to do is make sure we have the lead in the 7th offensively and as a starting pitcher.